to meet you on today's edition of Bystander South Newsstands on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle, of course, is my name. Today's edition of Bystander South Newsstands, the Punch newspaper and the Vanguard newspaper bringing us very crucial information. What are they saying? Okay, let's check out what the Punch is saying at the newsstand. All right. Shiites blame Saudi Arabia. IG orders clamp down. Federal government gazettes court order prescribing sect. All right. Federal government insists worship centers must get wedding license. Can kicks. Branches can't use headquarters license, says federal government. Federal government has an ulterior motive, says CAN, that's Christian Association of Nigeria. I have no intention of grooming successor. That's what Buhari is saying. I have no intention of grooming successor, says Muhammadu Buhari. Okay, down the newspaper, Oshoba to sue Okoromu for 3 billion naira YCE 6 trials. APC wants article against felony. APC wants article against felony. We didn't submit certificates to army, says Buhari's cosmate. We didn't submit certificates to army, says Buhari's cosmate. Okay, Ndume, Amosun, Nnamani, Melai orders head Senate committees. Baby dies as Lagos boss crushes mother. Baby dies as Lagos boss crushes mother. Don't set Edo ablaze, Obaseki tells Senate. Okay, let's move down to the Vanguard newspaper. And what's the Vanguard newspaper saying at the newsstand? Okay, Shiites banned for engaging in subversion, says IGP Adamu. Shiites banned for engaging in subversion, says IGP Adamu. Says group pledged allegiance to foreign nations to ruin Nigeria. Don't turn Nigeria to battleground. Shiites group warns Saudi Arabia, Iran. Reverse yourself on Shiites prescription on Nikon urges federal government. Okay, Apapa gridlock. Situation worsens as traffic management turns money-making venture. PDP kicks as APC wants article arrested for alleged felony. Obaseki, Senate lock-ons over Edo Assembly. All right, let's check out for another story here. Ministers. Senate confirms Akpabio, Akume, Fashola, and Mechi 39 others. 8 die in Taraba. 3 killed in Benue communal crisis. Why I won't name my successor, says Buhari. Abiola would have saved Nigeria from ethnic religious tensions, says Buhari. Abiola would have saved Nigeria from ethnic religious tensions. Okay, we won't go beyond this on today's edition of Bystanders on the front pages of the Punch and the Vanguard. Let's join our reviewers for more reviews. I'll be right back.
That's allegation.
That's allegations.
And we have seen so many people that have been placed on such allegation. They have not been killed for the allegation placed against them. It's an allegation. You are not sure, or the people saying it are not sure that there is foreign sponsors. And so others that have alleged that there are people sponsoring them in evil, I don't think that they are killed too.
Now, looking at it now, don't you think the leader of Shai, that's El Zazaki, should be released?
He's supposed to be released now, since court have given rights that he should have to be out. Government have to listen and release him. It is the right of the government to release him. Yeah.
Now, looking at it again in another way around, don't you think there are more of this terrorism apart from just looking at the protests they did some weeks ago, where a channel's reporter was killed, some other persons also were involved in their killings. Don't you think these people should be banned from engaging in subversion, just like what the IGP Adama said?
We have seen people that did something like that have not been banned. If there are selective banning, I don't know what to say again. You choose to ban these people and not to ban the other people. Then who supposed to be free? Which means different standard of life.
It's not balanced.
It's not balanced.
Thank you so much.
You have to ban all.
To Ban all.
Even ban me and you to move around would be good too. Yeah. It's better to ban everybody.
Are you satisfied with the outcome of the ministerial list brought out by the president?
If I'm not satisfied, what will happen? What do you think will happen? If I'm not satisfied, what will happen? I'm satisfied, I'm not satisfied. And Nigeria is where you people, I don't know, even as you say you are interviewing me or what, I take it as a tempting. You are tempting me to know what will come out from my mouth. Because whatever I say here now, will not go to anywhere. Even though it reach anywhere, it cannot make any impact in Nigeria. So needless. Why do I say this? Nigeria is a country where, you like or not, they will do what they want to do, what they like to do. Yes. When they say yes, their yes is they don't go. I think it's only God we are waiting for to come and take the whole world. Yes. Because Daniel chapter 2 verse 44, he said the Almighty Father is coming to establish the everlasting government. That all this government now, all these world powers, we see them no more. So let them continue till the Father comes. The owner of the world will come and take the world from himself. Yes. Whatever anybody is doing, he do it. What I know, the Bible, even Matthew chapter, is it 12 or 36? Matthew chapter 12 verse 36. He said everybody will give account of himself. Everybody, no matter your position, you will give account of yourself in this world. You like it or not, you believe or not, you must give account of it. Whatever you did, you cheat your people, you cheat people you are ruling because of your position, because of your power, you will give account of that. You see, Bible says God is the one who put them there. Yes, God may be the one who put them there, we agree. Because God will not force you. God will allow you to make your choice. When you make your choice, He release the choice for you.
Okay, and let's check what we have here.
The nomination of Buhari's, what do you say?
As Senate clears all ministerial nominees, Buhari works on ministers.
That is what that's why I started first. No matter what I will say here, it will do. It will not do anything. They have done it. They have done it.
Your opinion counts.
My opinion. What will I that what? No. That will change who? That will go back there. Even that I release all my opinion, he will not do anything. Buhari have done what he want to do. What he want to do. There is nobody.
Now here we have another story here. That's Daily Sun. My intending successor should work hard, says Buhari. This is what he's saying. That
he himself is he working hard? To who? Is he himself working hard to who? To Boko Haram? Are you my brother? All this you have provoked somebody like me. That is why I don't come near you. You provoke somebody like me. I see. You work for Boko Haram. Yes. They plan to which work hard? Which hard is he going to work? Is which hard is Buhari going to work? Look at we start from international passport. The picture there is Boko Haram. It changed everything. So we want to force every Nigerian to become Muslim. Why? Is that hard? That the people will succeed him to do what? To carry Nigeria to where? That's why I said we should leave everything to God. The owner of the world is coming to collect his word. The word we claim is our own. The owner is coming to collect it.
As the president worked to that extent that he could make that kind of statement, saying that his intending successor should work hard.
Okay, now, taking it from what you just said, my intending successor should work hard. First of all, when you say someone should succeed, it should be a success, first of all. If you're not a success, you cannot be talking about someone succeeding in reality. So now let's try to mirror 4 years of this government. Have they been a success? In terms of the expectation I expected from them, the populace, the truth is that they've been a massive failure.
Massive failure?
They've been a massive failure.
In all aspects?
In all ramifications. Even the corruption they are fighting is actually hypocritical. In my own opinion, and I believe that's also the opinion of many people, because there are people that have actually moved from the former ruling party into APC and they were just forgiven. They were given conditions. I won't mention it, many people know about it. So what corruption? The corruption fight has not been transparent. You know, so for me, That's been their mantra. They're going to fight corruption. And if you look at it, it has been lopsided, it has been one-sided. So they've been a failure. If you want to look at their main manifesto, fighting corruption, they've been a failure. So why are you talking about success? When someone come and succeed, you've not even done anything. I'm talking about someone come to succeed. You can only say that if you are proud of what you've done, your achievements. So far, so good. Is there any marked improvements in terms of the lifestyle, the living conditions of Nigerians? The recent statistics had Nigerians, this I'm talking about last month, beginning of last month, the poorest people living in the world, they are Nigerians. Yes. When you look at the per capita income in dollars, that's why you used to rate people's per capita, not your naira, because naira is actually a weak currency. International markets, the dollar is the standard for measuring the value of currencies. So Nigerians are, earning far, far below the minimum required standard. So it goes to tell you that the cost of things, the cost of living is actually very, very expensive, and many people cannot afford it. So if you ask me, the government is a total failure. Security-wise, we can see all of the drama ongoing. Today we hear that, okay, the army has defeated Boko Haram. 2-3 days later, a week later, the Boko Haram strikes again. This one happened just yesterday in a place 40 kilometers from the capital of Borno State, Maiduguri, a place called Jankale or something. They're trying to radicalize the people there. And they say without any resistance, they gain entry. So there was no resistance, meaning that there was no any military awareness about that ongoing radicalization, which of course will also lead to them. They also actually went into shops. They wanted to raid for foodstuffs or whatever, because they were that's what the news said. So my point is that on security, corruption has been a failure. Yeah, they recovered some monies initially, but what about those monies? What are those money being used to do?
Have they been implemented?
Yes, have they been implemented? We keep on hearing of billions and all of that. So if you ask me, sorry, the man himself who says he stands for integrity has been hypocritical about it. Hypocritical. Yes, they have done next to nothing. And then you come out to television and come and tell me my successor should work harder. And then people will say he should start grooming his successor. You cannot be grooming someone when you yourself, you've actually been a failure now. So what are you grooming? You don't have the right to say you want to bring a successor because you're a failure. I see my announcement with Nigeria, tell him to groom somebody. So you're actually making a guy feel they has performed. What are they performing? If you say you want to be a success, set your own minimum standard. You should be your major critic. Let me digress a bit. I want to use CR7. His major critic is himself. That's why Ronaldo is able to outperform himself every year. He's raising his standard. He's not as gifted as Messi, everybody knows. But guess what? He has won the same number of Ballon d'Ors with Messi. Why? Because he's always tasking himself to do more. He doesn't believe that, look, even if I want 1, 2, 3 Ballon d'Ors, I should relax. No, he keeps on raising the bar. So they say don't change your goals, change your approach. So the government himself, they're living in self-deceit. This government, they don't tell themselves that, look, we are missing it here. But when they come out, they always want to counter one statement that, look, that no, it's not like that. And things keeps getting worse every day. If I tell you the brain drain ongoing in the country every day, people are living in the country in droves. Yesterday's news, 30 Nigerians applied for 180 million naira US investment visa. People want to live. The visa that if you want to travel abroad is given to you based on the investment you want to take into the US. So they'll give you that visa because they believe they are bringing investment to their country. You get 30 Nigerians applied. That's the one we heard. I know of many people who have actually left this country. Not that maybe I hear. I know personally. Because the future looks bleak. Some people can be able to weather this. So not everyone can be able to withstand the pressures ongoing every now and then. So it's rather sad. Like there was a book written by Chinua Achebe said there was once a country. We are getting to other points where we say there was once a country. The herdsmen attack is ongoing, and then you've not proscribed this people as a terrorist group, but you went and prescribed IPOB, you went and prescribed IMN, who came out harmlessly to protest. So you can see it's double standard, that's my point. So there's no transparency. Then you come and tell me someone to come and say, what are they succeeding in? What are they succeeding in? Can we point to any major infrastructure, anything that the government has actually built? They're just being the average. That's what they call the good, that's what they call the average, that's what they call actually the exceptional. And they say in life, they're not like extraordinary. Extraordinary is only a function of what the extra I put into the ordinary. This government has not performed anything better than the previous governments. So it's not a success. It's what Nigerians have seen over the years. The ministers that came out now, it's not the same old bunch of recycled people we brought in. What are many Nigerians who are performing feats outside the country, who are achieving a lot? There's a Nigerian doctor recently who just performed a rare surgery on a baby that was 2 months old in the belly. Maybe you've heard of it. The baby was taken out, the surgery was performed, and then taken back into the womb to live back normally. We have Nigerians. We have the human capital. Nigerians are excelling abroad. So what that tells you and I that if given the same and conducive environment you have abroad here, Nigerians will do very, very well. So our major problem is human capital. It's not the resource. We have the resource. A country like Dubai does have 7 states. I've been in Dubai before. I've lived there. 7 states. But you cannot compare Nigeria that has about 36 states with all our resource with a country that was just born out from the desert from 1970 something. They came out from the desert. You know, desert is like no form of life. But they came out from the desert. And today, Dubai is the commercial business capital of the world. When I mean commercial, every country wants to go to Dubai and go and do business. Europeans, Americans are coming to work in Dubai. Abu Dhabi, they are going to there to work. So my point is that our destiny is in our hand. If you look inwards, we have what it takes to actually make this country become the pride of every Nigerian. But we have leaders who are just failing. This time is failing because of leadership. And then, by extension, followership. Because followership will not demanded from leadership what we expect of them over the years. If we had done that, maybe we would have been better than where we are right now. We've been allowing them to get away with all the corruptions, all of the average, all of these, like a Jessica way of ruling the economy. We've allowed them to get away. Several of them, they come out and declare this billion, that billion. Akpabio has a case with the EFCC. He was pardoned. There are many of them. Those of them who have been called now. Timmy Spirit, all of them. Kiyam was busy before. Always presiding government. Now he was given a post, he has kept quiet. So what am I saying? The truth is that Buhari should just, if I were him, I would tell myself I failed. I will honorably resign and put in somebody. This is why the white man will keep on being better than I am the black man. It's not like maybe they are actually superior in us in terms of the brain. God created everybody equal. Even the Bible says there's no difference between the Jew and the Greek. You understand? That means we have the same brain, we have the same mind. But because we have lowered our standards, so our work ethic, our work attitude is actually poor. The only thing what I can go and grab, what I can give. Let me give you a story of California. California is a state in the US, but California has the 6th largest economy in the world. It's a state in California, it's richer than some countries, but it has the 6th largest economy in the world. California, they leverage on most of the tech companies in California. I don't know if you heard of Silicon Valley, where you have Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. You have several of them. Now, most of the startup companies, they actually recruit the intelligent brains from Stanford University. That's the primary university. And that's where they come out with a lot of inventions, innovations. So as they keep on coming in, they are bringing out new technology that you and I will want to live on to drive our businesses. The Apple here about, they are all in Silicon Valley. And the worth of Silicon Valley is about 592 billion. Or above, but sorry, it's more than that because I read about it like 2 days ago. So now, that's one. Hollywood again is another major industry, generating a lot of income for the economy. So now what that tells you that they are not waiting every month for the Commissioner of Finance to go to the government to go and collect a monthly allocation. They are not waiting for that. Matter of fact, they are averse to say let's collect. They believe in giving to the government. So actually, it's the economy of the nation that depends on California to give, not the other way to receive. So my point is they've actually developed themselves. They look inwards and say, okay, let us bring out something that we can actually, project to the world. Let's sell our potentials. Over here, are we been able to sell our potentials? Are we able to trade our talent? No, we have a lot of resources rotting away. Go to Calabar, there are a lot of minerals. There are many, Nigerians, we are super blessed, but our problem, we are the major problem of ourselves. So our problem is leadership. We have poor leadership. Other countries would have resigned, they would have left. But because here we have the old bandwagon, hold on this nation to go forward. At something they are dragging. You people fighting in Senate system. What are you fighting over? What are you fighting for? It's a new order. What I'm saying is a new order. People with young minds are the ones taking over in government. Macron of France, the president of New Zealand, where they had this issue of gun a guy went to the mosque to kill people. She's in her early 40s. And some other countries, they're actually the young ones. Because when you are young, you're full of youth, you're full of energy. You can actually do a whole lot. No when you're 70-something, you're coming to rule, and you're telling me to answer, so that will not be maybe a 60-something-year-old man. So where's our country going in the next 4 years? We had once upon a time, we had Vision 2020. Now it has been moved forward. They're always shifting the goalposts. Tomorrow is Vision 2030. This will have nothing to offer. That's my point, my brother. We have to tell ourselves the truth. Until we begin to demand accountability from leadership, Nigeria will never go forward.
Audio Jungle.
president said. He said, my intending successor should work hard. Now, as the president worked to that extent that he will say that his intending successor should work hard. That's number one. Secondly, as this government performed wonderfully well. Thirdly, can you call this government a successful government?
As they are starting their second term, as they are starting their second, as they are coasting home.
The antecedent and the present situation now.
The first question is, he said, because I read it too, he said he doesn't have any successor. He doesn't have successor. That the successor should work hard, just as you have said, and that himself worked hard to get to where he is now. I think the president is talking of the homogeneous nature of Nigeria. It's homogeneous, that is different ethnic tribe, religion, sex, beliefs, and so on. So somehow it's always very difficult for one to just rise up to become president without input from the small parts to the whole. So I think the man is right for saying that. And moreover, he also said that if he names somebody, it will create a problem for him and for others and for the person also. Because people will begin to look at him as maybe an usurper or something. There will be enemies who will be going, the hawks will go after him. And so in that is right. Then the second one, the government of APC at the center, as they are coasting home to the second tenure, they have not performed creditably well as far as I'm concerned, because one, in terms of security, they score only just 30. I can give them just 30%.
Just 30?
Just 30 over 100. The country is so insecure. You travel on the highways, in the streets, everywhere, cutters, everywhere. Kidnappers, so many men. So they need to do more in that security situation. Then the economy too. The economy is not taken care of. Because I know in the time past, there are some Nigerians who are abroad, who work in big organizations, world organizations. You bring them in with their experience to run our economy, because the economy cannot be run. No economy is local. In economy of a country is both local and international. You cannot divorce the two. So I should have expected Buhari to bring technocrats who will run the economy as the people that run it when he took over from you. Things were cheaper then than what we are seeing now. And I don't know whether Nigerians saw it that way. But the basic food item or goods were cheaper than what we are seeing. So they need to work hard on the economy. And another area they need to work hard is to bring the country together. Because the country has been splintered now, into groups, so many groups. Imagine last week, the former head of state called a peace meeting.
Roundtable meeting.
And roundtable meeting, and so many regional groups boycotted the nationalist group. They turned him down. So so it shows that the ununity of the country. So President Buhari should work seriously to bring Nigerians together as one before he leaves in 2023. Otherwise, we may not.
And on the issue of shites.
Yes, site. Yes. I'll be following that site, and because I know that majority of Nigerian Muslims are Sunnis. The Sunnis are conservatives, while the Shiites are somehow, restless. We can say restless in quote. And the Shiites are migrated. They get this thing from Iran, Yemen, and Afghanistan.
They have that link.
Yeah, that link between Yemen, Iran, and Afghanistan.
Even Saudi Arabia too.
Some part of Saudi Arabia and Iraq.
Yeah.
Then in Africa, you have them in Somalia. So, what I should expect the president to do is to handle this issue very, very sensitively, and not apply only military options.
Yes. This time around that the countries are coming together too.
It's not turned into Somalia or war or religious proxy war. It's war by proxy, because they will contact their members.
And they will turn Nigeria into
battleground. So the president, people are advising him. I hope he take the advice. Release their leaders, negotiate with them, have dialogue with them, let them practice whatever they want to do, provided they don't carry arms and disturb people on the street. Remember the offshot of Boko Haram was because they killed their leader. They killed him extrajudiciously, and that is what. Look at how Boko Haram have been here for almost 8 to 10 years now. So the president should handle, because Iran was able to be curtailed by America somehow now because of the war in Syria and because of the economic sanctions and so on. Because America says Iran is the financier of most of these militant Islamic groups all over the world. And Iran has won Nigeria last month. I remember they won them some times ago. That they handled the issue of say, I release that man. So Buhari, our president should not turn Nigeria into a pro-Islamic nation with wars, and so we may not get out of it.
Talking about what the president has speculated on today's edition of Bystander South News 10, saying that its successor should work hard. Its intending successor should work hard. That he himself has come a long way before he got to this position. Now, do you think the president has worked hard in Nigeria?
Well, first of all, I want to appreciate him for everything he has done. But honestly speaking, the expectation of Nigeria were very high, but unfortunately, our president has failed. We Nigerians are not happy. So, our president has not worked hard enough. So he should stop praising himself. So he should try to do what is right. Thank you very much.
My intending successor should work hard. That's what the president has said. Now, the question is, has Buhari worked to that extent that he could make this kind of statement?
Is he tired? He has not finished his tenure now. Then he can't be talking about successor by now. He would have finished his work. By the tail end of his administration, he can be talking about successor. Which means he's trying to deceive the Nigerian. But I believe that if Buhari, we believe is a disciplinary soldier, and all these things are happening and nothing is done, we are still doubting whether he's the one who. So if he's Buhari and all these things is happening and nothing is done, we are suspecting.
That is not the one.
Because if it is Buhari, all these things won't happen. Because that was why the first everybody say, okay, let's give him the power. And now he got the power since 4 years ago, and this year many things have gone wrong. Yes. So what again?
Okay, on the issue of shites banned for engaging in subversion, says IGP Adamu. Even on Punch, we have it here. Shites blame South Africa, Saudi Arabia. IG orders clamp down. Okay, the issue of shites is something that we need to really look into. Don't turn Nigeria to battleground. Shites want Saudi Arabia and Iran. These are countries that are trying to make sure war, happen in Nigeria here.
I don't believe South Africa, they're going to Saudi Arabia. Are they going to fly all along into Nigeria to fight Nigeria? So I don't believe in that. That's a rumor anyway. It's not possible. We don't. That one is to deceive Nigerians. We don't believe it.
What do you think federal government? What action do you think the federal government should take on the shites?
We are hearing shites. I have not seen who is a shite also. I don't know. I have not seen anybody that is okay. It's like if they are outlawed now, so probably they committed offense. If a person commits offense, he can be prosecuted. So federal government, if federal government ban them, there's nothing we can do now. It's federal government order. It's not personal. It's not personal.
This is where we wrap it up on today's edition of Bystanders at News 10 on Flip TV with Michael Adekunle. Do join us next time as we bring you latest stories from Nigeria journals. Michael Adekunle still remains my name. Till I join you on the same platform. Keep having a good day. Bye.